Hey, thanks for joining me again. It's Urban Libertarian. I had to make a follow-up video to Trump because he did it. He actually did it. He had the balls and he stuck with his promise and he said, "Fuck you, globalists. Fuck you, ExxonMobil," which is actually kind of strange. Fuck you, stupid brainwash fake environmentalists. Fuck you, China. Fuck you, UN. Eat my balls. I'm helping out America. But I mean, honestly, I hope that didn't deter. Hope that didn't deter everybody. If you watch my videos, you know that I cuss a lot. I make a lot of jokes, but what I'm talking about is really serious, and I've got a lot to talk about. So if you don't have the time and effort, I don't know, just turn it off now or skip through. I'm going to talk about a lot of things about this. But yesterday I made the first video and I wasn't quite sure because you never know. You know, that's the thing with Trump is he's kind of unpredictable. You know, I had a feeling he was going to do it when I don't even go on Twitter, by the way, which I probably should. I don't know. I don't get it. But I guess the news was saying on Twitter, he said via Twitter, he was like, yeah, I'm going to make the announcement and make America great again. And when he put that little tagline at the end, I was like, yeah, that's it. He's going to do it because that was part of his what he was saying when he was running. But he did it, and it was so good to watch. I mean, I can't tell you how good it feels to watch him just tell everybody. Like he was like, look, yeah, he's like, I got voted. People voted for me to represent Pittsburgh, not Paris, and it's so true. And it's like it's a big loss for Obama. It's a huge loss for the globalization and globalists, and it's a huge win for America and Americans. And look, okay, let's say you're a brainwashed environmentalist and you think that me breathing carbon dioxide and cows farting is going to make the oceans rise and drown everybody, right? Let's just say you fucking believe that whole horse shit, right? Even the bullshit science behind this stupid Paris Accord said that it wasn't going to really do anything. It really doesn't have much impact, and you're gonna like lose a bunch of American jobs and shift all that wealth. And that's what Trump was saying too. It's not about the environment, and it's true. You environmental fucking freaks. It's not about the environment. It's about a wealth transfer. It's about control. It's about wealth transfer from the U.S. to other countries. It's about control of you and your decisions in our government by people in Europe and somebody else. Look, China wasn't going to do shit. They signed it, but they weren't going to do anything. Have you been to China? I fucking have. Okay? Get on a goddamn airplane and go to fucking China. There's no fucking windmills. Oh, okay, maybe there are. Okay? But go to a Chinese city and look how fucking dirty it is. And it's like, they're not going to fucking change. They're not going to make some... You're not going to have windmills pop up overnight. You're going to have solar panels everywhere pop up. You know why? Because nobody can fucking afford it. Okay, China, and they're corrupt. China has fake fucking eggs. I just saw a video yesterday. They were getting old Budweiser cans, which sadly is a luxury beer for them. That and oh god, what was it? Pabst Blue Ribbon. I don't know who did it. It's a fucking genius, but surprisingly, you would think who drinks. You'd say if I asked you a question, who drinks the most Pabst Blue Ribbon on this planet? You'd say, oh, easily. Like college kids, right? Like fucking white millennial college kids that are paying way too much for their gender studies class that they'll never be able to afford to pay back the loans, right? No, it's a fucking Chinese, dude. Holy shit, that is premium beer over there. Which I'd much rather have a Harbin or a Qingdao. I digress, but the Chinese they signed it, and so did India, and they weren't going to do shit. Which brings me to the next thing, talking about like India, because China's probably has a bit more money, but. Look, you crazy environmentalists, this was going to fucking kill people in third world countries. Do you think somebody in Uganda... Look, for us, it already sucks. And by the way, if you're some crazy environmental person and you want all of these fucking regulations, hey, come out to California because we still got them. We've had them. We still have them. And everything fucking costs more here. And you know what? Our air sucks. Our crime sucks. Our roads suck. Our government sucks, right? Basically, almost everything sucks. Don't get me wrong. This is my hometown. My family's from here. The weather's great when they're not chemtrailing, which I'll get into. The weather's great. You know, some of the people are kind of cool. And you know the thing, people from LA get a bad rap. But you know what it is? It's all the people from outside of LA. It's not even like the people from here, because the real Angelinos are cool as shit. Real SoCal people, real Californians, we're cool as shit. Because we're like those, we're libertarians. So we're like hippie Republicans. We're like, yeah, be gay. I don't give a shit. Have a gun. That's cool. Smoke weed. Whatever. Immigration. Cool. Are you legal? Awesome. Welcome. I like your food. Can I learn some of your language? Like, we're so open. And I don't know what it is, but people talk shit about people from LA. I swear to God, you can leave comments if you want. I don't think it's the, sure, people are people, and most people are fucking cunt heads, right? But I think a lot of the people that are getting the bad rap in SoCal, especially our LA, is people not from here. Because they're not cool. They bring their fucking, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, like, other parts of the country are actually, I'm sure, cool. I've never been, sadly. I really do need to go to, I've been to other parts of the country, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, maybe it's somebody from, like, deep in, like, from the South that you met that was racist in LA, because I don't think it's somebody from LA. Anyway, I fucking digress. Anyway, you people are fucking dumb because, oh my God. Where do I start? There's so many things here. So let's just look back. Like, first of all, we're arguing over bullshit. The whole climate change thing is a fucking joke. Now, the sad thing is this Paris Agreement doesn't even talk about the sun, okay? And there's been tons of scholarly articles, and they talk about that the sun is responsible. Now, a lot of them talk about, like, this is from NOAA, right? And all weather on Earth from the surface of the planet out into space begins with the sun, okay? Space weather and terrestrial weather, the weather we feel on the surface, are influenced by small changes in the sun undergoes during its solar cycle. What drives modern climate? There are 4 major contributions to climate change. The sun is one of them. Well, holy shit, this, the National, the National Oceanic .gov, I guess they're the big conspiracy theorists, right? That they're saying, they're the scientists, they're the climate scientists, right? We all agree. Well, fuck me in the asshole sideways. Number 1, solar irradiance. Okay? So, you fucking environmentalists, like, yes, maybe we are fucking with the environment a bit. I'm not going to deny it. We're fucking this planet up. Guaranteed. But you know who's one of the best fucking environmentally friendly countries on the planet Earth? U.S. motherfucking A, bitches. Okay? I've traveled a lot. I've seen how other countries treat the environment. They treat it like they're fucking dirty assholes. Okay? They treat the environment like a hotel room with a fucking hooker. It's just, there's cum and shit and piss everywhere. Okay? I mean, fuck me. So why would America, who already has some of the tightest restrictions on the planet, why are we going to fucking fuck our shit up more and give more money to other countries that aren't going to do fucking jack shit? Like, what do you think's going to happen when you give the Democratic Republic of Congo $5 million of our hard-earned money? Do you think they're going to build windmills? Fuck no. Cocaine and hookers straight away, dude. Why do you think they're poor? Because they're fucking corrupt. So that's not going to change everything. If we tax the shit out of Americans, if you do what we're doing in California, it's not going to solve anything. Okay? And you look at this, and I mentioned this in the last video. So we went to, like, natural gas. Well, that's killing people in California. Okay? The hippie Democratic environmentalists, they didn't heed the calls for fucking, 30, 40 years that, hey, you need to put a blow-off valve on this fucking thing. Right? We had, it's over, God, I forgot. It's over in the valley somewhere, and people are fucking dying. They had to evacuate houses and shit. People are getting sick over this natural gas. What, I guess it's better than dirty coal. Sure. But it's killing people, you know, and there's just no way around it. But my point is here and right now, at this point in time, is that the sun has an impact, and all of these fucking taxing us isn't. How are we going to change the sun? Tell me. And California, how is California, taxing carbons and all this shit and being all this strict environmental controls? How's that going to change China? Watch. Okay, so China and India, right, two of the biggest fucking producers of carbon dioxide and just bullshit. That's the worst thing that comes out of China, because I know most of you haven't lived in China. I haven't, but I've lived in Korea, and they're right next to each other. We got this shit called the huangsa, which means yellow dust. It's a toxic, sometimes radioactive dust of heavy metals and bullshit that comes from China. And it's a lot of it, where it's from? It's from their fucking coal. And it's from all, they're just bullshit. Because they don't put carbon scrubbers on their coal, and they're not going to. This Paris Agreement isn't going to make them do shit. It's just going to make us fuck ourselves, and that's why Trump said no. And if you're against him, even if you're against Trump, you've got to be for him on this. And if you're environmentalist, look what I'm showing you. Okay, let's continue. So this is for all you hippie environmentalists. The role of sunspots, winds, and climate change. Okay. And a lot of these articles downplay it, and they say, they do say that, yes, the sun, it has a lot to do with it. But they say, it could be playing, right? Many climate scientists agree that sunspots and solar wind could be playing a role in climate. Could be. Well, the government agency on weather says that it's the number one fucking factor to weather. Okay, so I don't know who's fucking right or wrong on this one, right? I think the sun is right. Right? There's the Drudge Report. And then, what am I going on here? Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden this got bigger. And let's see if I can make this smaller. So that way it's not going to work, is it? Let me see. Give me a second here. Bear with. If you're still sticking with me, I appreciate it. Thanks for finding me entertaining, and thanks for listening. Subscribe. That'd be awesome. Tell your friends. I don't go on Twitter or Facebook or any of that bullshit. I don't know. Coming on fucking YouTube's bad enough for me. I like real interaction, and I don't know. Fucking internet's. So this is on geoengineeringwatch.com. And so part of the environmentalism is that in order to fix the environment, the environmentalists say that we've got to manipulate the weather. We've got to geoengineer. Right? So what's been going on is we've been having stratospheric aerosol geoengineering, which is AKA, here we go, chemtrails. Okay? If you don't know what it is, it looks like that's a real cloud. If you ever see the sky with fucking tic-tac-toe patterns that don't go away, it's chemtrails. Okay? And it's mostly aluminum, barium, and really nasty fucking shit that's in the air that environmentalists love so much, which has been proven to actually kill people, lower life expectancy, and cause global dimming. So stratospheric aerosol engineering is a primary term for the ongoing global climate modification programs being conducted by major powers around the world. The same ones that are pissed off about Trump getting out of it. And now people can go, well, Larry, we still see chemtrails. What's Trump doing about it? I don't fucking know. But Trump better fucking do something about it. He's the goddamn president. And this shit needs to stop right fucking quick, because climate change is bullshit. If we're out of this, we need to stop spraying the fucking sky to help the earth. So humans are the cause of climate change, according to the theory. And then humans are going to be the fix of it. It's so human-centric. It's just like, no, the fucking sun, right? Just leave it alone. Stop fucking with it. Okay? And then you say, we're conspiracy theorists. This is fake. But look, if you go to these environmental, I've seen tons of videos. You can look it up, okay? And there's patents on it, okay? If you ever go to these like summits or whatever, they'll say, one of the things we're thinking about is changing the weather, okay? And here's Wikipedia, and here's what look. So volcanoes, they found blocks. Actually, kind of funny. So what they're trying to do is they're actually causing global warming. The theory is that the sun gets blocked and bounces back, and the solar radiation bounces back. But the problem is they're showing a fucking volcano here, right? But if you already look, volcanoes, number 3, they actually produce climate-changing, heat-trapping gases, right? Because it traps the heat. So rather, what what the environmental, I don't know who's doing it, some kind of multi-level government operations. I'm not sure, okay? How the fuck am I supposed to know? But it's happening. Look up, right? But what they're doing is they're actually trapping the heat. It's not escaping. It's actually being shown that it's getting stuck. And it's actually causing global warming, not climate change, but it's actually warming. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to spray the planet to warm it so it coincides with the data. They're trying to change the data. If the sun can't do it, if we can't fart enough, we can't exhale enough, then they're going to fucking send airplanes to say, this is to stop global warming. Or actually, they're not even saying it. What they're doing is they're saying, well, this could happen during all these climate summits. Oh, we could spray aerosols into the air and we could do this, but they fucking are, because you look up. I've seen it everywhere. I've even seen this shit it's been seen in North Korea, which is pretty shocking. Whoa. Right? But it's trapping the air, okay? And what's happening is you're getting a phenomenon, and this is a real phenomenon called global dimming. Okay? So it's actually less sun is coming through because these fucking cocksuckers are spraying, right? And the sun's not coming through, and the radiation's not getting bounced back. It's getting trapped, and we're breathing in particulate matter, and we're getting fucking taxed up the asshole. And it's like, it's ridiculous. So I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm just trying to like fucking open up your mind, okay? And then look at the shit. And the people, I'm talking to you environmentalists, you think that you care about the environment. Well, look what's going on. This was from 2011, and I remember reading this, and this was not originally this is from InfoWars, but this is not originally from InfoWars. I don't know where the story's from. But this was a true story, and I remember reading this in the newsroom going, oh my fucking God. And this should have been a huge story, but no one's going to fucking talk about this. You're not going to see any of the talking heads on TV talk about this. But look at this. Let's read this story. Armed troops burn down homes, kill children to evacuate Ugandans in the name of global warming. So you love the planet so much, but fuck children. That's another thing, too. Like, people that tend to be, they love the planet, they tend to be for abortions. Fucking weird. So they just hate people. Neocolonial land grabs carried out on behalf of World Bank-backed British company. Paul Joseph Watson, Infowars.com, Friday, September 23rd, 2011. Armed troops acting on behalf of British carbon trading company backed by the World Bank burned houses to the ground and killed children to evict Ugandans from their homes in the name of seizing land to protect against global warming, because we got to kill children for that global warming and burn houses. A shocking illustration of how the climate change con is a barbarian form of neocolonialism. And it's true. So I'm telling you, if you really care about the environment, you want to get off this, because you're fucking helping kill people, you idiots. And fucking kill them by not only burning their houses down and having soldiers kill them so people can plant trees for their carbon, right? But you're also killing people by, like, it sucks in California that our fucking energy prices are going on. It sucks that we're getting taxed more to build houses for the homeless. It sucks that we're getting taxed more that's allegedly for the roads, but it's really to make more bike paths and rail and buses, which have been showing on a huge decline, which no one's going to ride, right? It sucks enough. But you know what really sucks? When you're fucking like some starving person in a third world country and you've got some fucking dickheads coming in and jacking up your prices going, well, the seas are going to rise if we don't fucking make your, if we don't charge you more for your electricity. You're using too much electricity. And they're like, we barely can afford electricity. We just turn it on to like fucking, I don't know, whatever, like heat our house, whatever the fuck you got to do, right? Have some lights to feed our babies or whatever the fuck you got to do, right? Now, these people, the shit's going to cost so much, they're not even going to be able to afford it, and they're going to fucking die. So, hope you're fucking happy, environmentalists, you fucking idiots. Moving on. The evictions were ordered by New Forest Company, an outfit that seizes land in Africa to grow trees, then sells the carbon credits onto transnational corporations. Al Gore, Gore and Blood, all this shit. It's all a fucking carbon. Look at this. Watch my videos. Show this video to anybody and everybody you know. Because I swear to fucking God, I can't take it anymore. There's just so much bullshit everywhere. You got fucking companies going down killing people for their fucking carbon credits. I mean, fuck. The company is backed by the World Bank and HSBC. Its board directors include HSBC Managing Director Josh Zuckerberg, Goldman Sachs investment bankers. And that's another thing. Look, going back here to Judge Report, big businesses begged President to stick with the deal, right? And big businesses, it was the fucking oil companies. Why? Because they probably make money. Look at Tesla. Well, you'd say, they're not an oil company, right? But they're getting energy from somewhere, right? So if the energy costs even more, I don't know. Somehow they can make money. They're in the solar. Anyway, forget about Tesla. ExxonMobil. I thought, so you got to think about it. The environmentalists and ExxonMobil and ConocoPhillips are oil companies. They're in the same boat as the environmentalists. Okay. Oh, shut up. Shut the efforts to address. Fuck it. Let's just watch this. Paris Agreement aims to keep temperatures from rising. Oh, yeah? Stop spraying fucking chemtrails. Those targets are ambitious 2 years ago, and healing now appears even more unlikely. Losing the U.S., the world's largest economy and second greatest polluter, makes a big difference. Polluter? Dude, carbon dioxide is not a pollution. You exhale carbon fucking dioxide. It's not a pollutant. That is ridiculous. Stop climate chaos. American investment in alternative energy sources to global investments. Right. And it's all, remember Solyndra and Obama and all this shit? China has invested building solar panels. Hey, solar panels are great. They're great if you're in SoCal. If you live in Southern California, and you're a homeowner, get solar panels. That makes fucking sense. You live in Arizona, get solar panels. Go for it. That's awesome. But you know what's happening in SoCal? Now, the solar panels are working so good that they're actually charging people for having the actual solar panels. They're getting dinged for it. We have too much energy. I mean, fuck. It's a joke. Okay, so you got global dimming. And then going back, the U.S. government has been modifying the weather since the 60s. This is a declassified document. It was 1966. Okay? A recommended national program in weather modification. I'm not going to go over it, but look. You've got to wake up. You've got to grow up. You've got to open your mind. You've got to stop watching CNN. I mean, it's fine. You can watch CNN. I watch it sometimes just to see the bullshit that they say. But you've got to fucking grow up. And you've got to take a step back and really look at things in a 4, 5, 6, 8 dimensional way. And really look at it and ask yourself, why is Exxon and hippies, why are they on the same page? Why is the whole world pissed off at America? Oh, you know why? Because they're not going to get their fucking money from us. And us isn't the government. Fine. And I used to think, oh, we're the government. I mean, yeah, we kind of are, but, we're not the fucking government. They're separate. But where does the government get the money? They get it from us, from you and me. And I'm sorry. Don't be a fucking idiot in wanting to give away more of your fucking money to go to the World Bank and to all these, so they can go in and kill people in their villages. Right? So let me finish this. It's maybe I have fucking ADD. I don't know. I keep going off on tangents, but that's all this is. I'm not getting paid for this. And if you don't like it, fucking don't watch it. If you're still watching, that's cool. Awesome. But anyway, this Oxfam. But in this case, the government and the company said the settlers were illegal and evicted for good cause, to protect the environment and help fight global warming. Oh, that's right. So this was from the New York Times. So you don't believe me. Everybody loves the New York Times, right? That's the paper of record, right? So if you don't believe me, it was from InfoWars. Oh, InfoWars, they're so bad. Okay, fine. The InfoWars is fake news. If the InfoWars is fake news, then the New York Times is fake news, because that's where I got this fucking article. I remember September 21st, 2011. I remember reading this fucking article, and I couldn't believe it. Look, there it is. There's that article. Same article. Smoke, fire. They burn their fucking villages. Gun-toting soldiers, 8-year-old child burning to death when his home was set ablaze. Okay? So if you're for global carbon credits, if you're for the Paris Agreement, you're for killing little black children in their in their fucking homes. You're for burning them alive to help the environment. I mean, really, that's what you're for. You don't know it, but that's what you're for. And that's what's going on. Look at this. These poor fucking people. Like, it's like first world problems. And if you really give a shit, I'm going to end with this. If you really give a shit about the environment, don't use the internet. The internet uses fucking electricity. If you're in California and you're blowing all your energy and you're 100% sustainable off solar panels, that's great. You know, I believe in, like I've said it, I'll reread it again. Solar panels in the right area is great, but you can't force it upon people, and you can't force solar panels in London. That shit ain't gonna work. Now, what they really should do, I'm all for it if you can, look for the tides. I've heard about that, how to get energy from the tides. I mean, God, we got a huge coast here in California. I'm all for it, but I'm not for shutting down all the plants and making us use tide power, okay? Because that's not going to work. We need our energy. Energy is, it's life. Same thing with carbon dioxide, what plants breathe, right? This is what we need to be productive, and it has to be capitalism. We can't survive through communism. Look at Venezuela. That shit ain't going to work. We need to produce things, for fuck's sake. If we want to be successful, if we want to fucking, be sustainable. But anyway, I just wanted to shed some light. I needed to go off. I feel a lot better now. The only thing I will say that I don't like about Trump, what's going on here, and it's very minimal, extremely minimal. Where was it? I think I lost Drudge. Anyway, is that he said that Trump said that we need to renegotiate it. But I mean, I don't understand why we're spending all of this energy on a reality. Like, I'll leave you with this too. Like, think about how your reality is totally fake. Like, oh my God, where do I begin? I don't know if most people believe this, but the news or whatever, I don't know the majority, because I don't know the majority of people, but let's just say the false main reality. Think about this. We were hijacked. Let's go all the way back. The Reichstag fire was started by Germans. Not true. The Gulf of Tonkin was started by North Koreans attacking, or North Vietnamese attacking an American ship. Not true. That was a false flag. Pearl Harbor was bullshit. 9/11, right? How did Building 7 fall all by itself? All those hijackers. Where's all the FBI tapes? Gabby Giffords. Where's those tapes? The shit. I'm starting to think that the whole Manchester shooting was fake. Where's the video? You're telling me you've got a bunch of millennial girls with fucking phones everywhere? I haven't seen one gruesome photo. I haven't seen any videos. Have you? If you have, if you've seen some videos from the Manchester shooting, please send it to me. Please send it. Send me the link in a comment, or send me a private message or something, because I haven't seen it. I mean, we live in a world where Barack Hussein Obama's name was Barry Soetoro, where we have this like crazy, like, we have everybody arguing, was he born in Kenya, not born in Kenya, when his real dad was Frank Marshall Davis, not even the father that was really his father. I mean, shit, there's energy, there's and this is getting a little esoteric, I know, but like, I've seen shit flying around, and I've seen the patents. We have energy, free energy, antimatter energy, I don't know what the fuck, but we have energy that could be used, but it's being suppressed, right? So the whole reality, everything that you think, oh yeah, Russians didn't hack the election. I mean, all this stuff, just the whole narrative, there's the whole world. I mean, you go around thinking, I ask most people, why is the sky blue? They're going to say, oh, it's because of the reflection from the water, from all the water around the planet. No, it's because of like, fuck, I forgot, it's something to do with the atmosphere, right? It has nothing to do with the reflection of the ocean, right? We all grew up thinking the Easter Bunny is real. We all grew up thinking Santa Claus is real. Same thing, we grew up thinking that cow farts and us breathing is fucking the planet and is bullshit. So I'm going to leave it at that. Change your reality, because that shit needs to be changed right fucking quick. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. If you really liked it, subscribe. That'd be awesome. And I'll make some more videos.